In a tiny village by the icy sea, Nora waited each night for the sky to dance for her. She thought that sometimes the stars whispered to her, then fell quiet, and she kept watching, her breath fogging the cold glass. Grandma would smile and say, "Patience, dear one. The northern lights come when the sky is ready." And she folded another row of warmth into Nora's mittens and let the night take its time. Night after night, clouds covered the stars. Nora sighed. Maybe they have forgotten me, she thought. Or maybe not. As Grandma said, I only need to be patient. She walked back home and had a warm bowl of Grandma's wonderful soup. One evening, Nora heard a small rustling sound in the bushes. Something white was shivering in the snow. It was a tiny white Arctic fox cub. "Oh, you poor thing," Nora whispered. She decided to call the little fox Frosty and take him home. She wrapped her bright red scarf around him to keep him warm and carried him carefully home. Grandma smiled. "Kindness brings light even before sunrise," she said. Nora felt so proud. When she saw Frosty curled up on Grandma's lap, she thought he behaved just like a little puppy. Nora's heart was so full of kindness. She was happy that Frosty was warm and safe. She watched him curled up and sleeping so peacefully. Frosty was in a deep sleep by the fire, his tiny nose twitching now and then. One evening, while Nora and Grandma were in the kitchen, Frosty barked softly. "Frosty, what is the matter?" Nora called. "What is happening?" But Frosty only kept on barking, sounding more and more excited. Nora came to the window where Frosty was standing. And there it was! Nora was overcome with joy. "It is the Northern Lights!" she cried. "Come on, Frosty, let us go to the forest." Nora slipped on her boots and called Frosty to join her. Frosty walked right beside her, brimming with excitement about going into the quiet forest at night. The snow sparkled like sugar under the moon. High above the trees, Nora and Frosty could watch the whole sky dancing. The Northern Lights made everything look so magical. It was so beautiful. Pinks, greens, and golds swirled across the sky. "It is so wonderful," Nora gasped. "It feels like heaven." Frosty watched in awe, his eyes wide and shining with wonder. From behind came a warm and familiar voice. Grandma had followed her outside. She smiled and said the name, Aurora Borealis. That is the real name of the Northern Lights, my dear. They happen when tiny particles from the sun touch the air high above our world, and the sky begins to glow with beautiful colors. "It is like the sky is alive," Nora whispered. Frosty barked softly, his eyes shining with every color. And Grandma smiled and said, "It is the sun and our earth saying hello to each other in lights." When the lights faded, Frosty turned toward the forest. Nora hugged him gently. "Go on, little one," she whispered. The fox wagged his tail once and disappeared into the glowing snow. Morning came. At the door, Nora found her red scarf lying in the snow, with tiny paw prints shining beside it. It was as if Frosty had left her a thank you. She picked it up gently. It was still warm, as if a little bit of Frosty's love had stayed behind. She smiled and whispered, "Thank you, Frosty." Kindness had brought her the brightest light of all. High above, a faint ribbon of color still shimmered in the morning sky, as if the Northern Lights were smiling back at her. When your heart shines with kindness, the whole sky begins to glow. And somewhere in the distance, a little fox watched the colors fade, his eyes twinkling like stars. Fun facts from Nora's adventure. What are the Northern Lights? High above the Earth, near the North Pole, the sky sometimes lights up with beautiful colors called the Northern Lights. Scientists call them Aurora Borealis. They happen when tiny particles from the sun meet the air around our planet, and the sky glows like magic. People come from all over the world to see them dance. Meet the Arctic fox. Frosty belongs to a very special kind of fox that lives in cold, snowy places. An Arctic fox has thick white fur to keep it warm and to hide in the snow. In summer, its coat changes to brown or gray, so it can blend in with the rocks and grass. They are clever, quick, and brave, just like Frosty. What Nora teaches us. Nora's kindness helped a little fox, and her patience was rewarded with the magic of the Northern Lights. When we care for others and stay hopeful, the world often shines back at us in beautiful ways. Remember, even on cloudy nights, your kind heart can bring light to someone's sky. The Northern Lights come and go, but the light born from kindness never fades. It shines quietly within us, guiding our hearts long after the sky grows still. This story is part of the KKR Kids Learning Collection, stories that nurture kindness, courage, and curiosity. Click the link below to get the book as a PDF.